All right, hi again.
Good morning.
All right, we got everyone here. Can we have an approval for first, everyone saw the minutes from last month? Have a motion to approve them? And I'll second them. So they're approved. And now we'll go on to the director's report.
All right. So last month was February. We had Chinese New Year on February 10th. So in honor of the Year of the Dragon, we had a special lunch. We were able to have the Chinese food from Old Colony Elder Services, which is that our second one? They have special lunches that we can get, and then there's no additional charge for it. So they had a sweet and sour chicken, fried rice, and Chinese vegetables, and it was actually really, really good. And I know that sounds awful to say, but sometimes you don't know. You know what I mean? Like their meals being prepared and that. It was really and fortune cookies. Fortune cookies for all. But it was really delicious. It's great. So that's the second time we did a couple of them now. So every time they're really good. And there's no extra charge, so that's fabulous. And Melissa tends to plan it for a special event. We also had Valentine's Day, so we did a gathering for that with hot chocolate and goodies. That one actually I really loved. I sat out with the people that talked about how people met people, like their significant others and that. And one of the ladies here, it was the cutest story. Were you here? She's originally from Panama, and her husband was in the military, and she was supposed to be at church with her friend. She didn't go to church. They went to the beach on the way home.
Husband yet.
No, they were just young. And on the way home, they had a thumb because I forget why. The friend said, "Let's just." He stopped to pick him up. It was the cutest story.
She had a bikini on.
Yeah, her bikini on. And then she says afterwards, when he dropped her off, he wanted to see if he could see her again. She goes, "I don't know if I'll be alive." She was doing everything she wasn't supposed to do. So yeah, that was a cute, fun one. So we just, like I said, did some goodies and hot chocolate and talked fun love stories. We had a presenter new this past month, Nancy Franks is her name. She does Frankly Speaking. She gave an educational presentation on Massachusetts' connection to the Titanic. Again, I don't always get to sit in on these, but everybody said it was fabulous. They loved it. They showed how Cape Cod, I guess, played a role in both the Titanic's rescue and recovery. So Nancy went on to explain all this. I don't know, everybody came out and was like totally fascinated, enjoyed it immensely. So we have her.
And she came
Just
back.
did another one?
Yeah, she was here last week. Everybody loved it, and I've already booked 2 more with her next month. Yeah, she did
I was on vacation, so
tons of different topics, and she's a super good presenter.
Yeah, which is great because not everybody, some are great and some are okay. So we'll do her again. We also had a presentation on diabetic desserts. Very, very good. It's not very exciting, but for people that have to watch their sugars. So they learned how to create desserts using natural sweeteners, whole grains, nutrient-rich ingredients. They got recipes that had sugar-free chocolate cake and almond flour cookies, things like that. So that was a good educational way to try to have your sweets without repping your sugars. Then we always continue to have a regular, I don't think I usually always mention this, but we always have a regular activities that go on every week. We have chair yoga, we have mini group, we have art group, we have Weeble, and we have Sue, the hairdresser. We have the podiatrist monthly, we have book club. Our buses transport people around town on Mondays and Tuesdays. They go shopping, grocery shopping every Tuesday. Wednesdays and Thursdays are always trips out of town. We have daily lunches. They can either sit down if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday and have a meal, or we do the grab and goes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which they can grab and go, but a lot of times they will stay and eat their meal here. Then we have other people that only do Tuesdays and Thursdays and come to get the meals and bring them home. And we always have our daily coffee, pastries, and all that good stuff going on. So I just wanted to mention that for anyone who may be listening. There's a lot of things going on besides just the trips. On building and property maintenance, we are going to have a new cleaning service starting July 1st. Unfortunately, we all know how it goes with budgets and money and all that. I did agree that we will contribute to the funding to pay for it from the formula grant for the first year, potentially some from the second year, but by the third year that it will be fully funded on the town and not coming out of our formula grant money that we get for the state. It's not what I wanted, but per my conversation with the town administrator, I did agree to that because otherwise, I don't know what we're gonna get, probably nothing. So I figured if we could at least work with everybody, it gets us started, and then, like I said, we can pull it back, and the town's going
Are the
to.
other departments doing the same thing?
Other departments already have the cleaning, is the difference.
So it's a whole new company, it's not.
Well, it's not a different company than some departments. Some departments, there's different companies doing
Yeah.
different buildings. But the problem is that at some point it got removed from the budget. The money has gone elsewhere.
Okay.
There's no set money for this, and as every year comes along, there's never extra money.
Right.
If anything, everybody's saying, where can you cut? What can you cut? So on and so forth. And I'm like, I don't even ask for anything. I'm like, I'm just asking for the basics. So again, this will allow us to at least get our service going, and then each year roll back what's coming from us, and then it will strictly be the town.
Okay.
So it's not ideal, but it'll at least get us going in the right direction to get what we need done. So, so that's what's going on with that. The buses, thankfully, no issues this past month. Everything was good with that. That's always good. It's like I said, it's like renting a house and having your own cars. It's always good when the cars are working. Nobody needs to go to the shop.
Yeah.
It's all good. Trips, they went to the South Shore Plaza in Braintree. They went to Market Basket in Hanover, Wareham Crossing, Target, and Ocean State, Dollar Tree, Frugal Fannies, Ollie's, and Savers down in Plymouth. Have you ever been to Ollie's?
No.
That's a fun one. They like. It's kind of. It's not
It's like a building 19 kind of.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been there once.
I went to the one in Brockton.
Yeah. I've been to the one in Plymouth once, but it was fun. Like I said, everything's kind of a discount, and it's just open shelving. You know what I mean? Like nothing fancy, but and things that you might not think you need, and you probably don't need. You look at it, you're like, oh, that's cool. I don't really need it. Exactly. They went to the Denham Mall, and they went to Walmart in Plymouth. I think that's it. Everything I got for that.
All right. Motion to approve the director's report?
I approve.
And a second?
Second.
All right, motion's approved. And the financial report, we all got that.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions? We all good?
Yeah.
All right, can I have a motion to approve it?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
We're all done. Do we have any committee meetings?
So this past month, Nicole Long, who is in charge over at Old Colony Elder Services, came out for a meeting. Jill and I sat down with her, but one of the things that Old Colony is working on is improving their customer service. So Old Colony does a lot of, if you've been in the hospital and you come home and maybe now you need help with shopping or some housekeeping or meal preparation and things like that. And they have what's called INR, it's intake and referral is the department. But like everywhere, they've been short-staffed. COVID did a number on their employees and everything else. So they've really been working on their customer service. And, I'm glad to see they came out asking for our input as far as what goes on. Jill Bailey is the one that deals with them the most. But, they really are trying to improve that and get better response times and so forth because they were just like everywhere. I feel like there's not enough people, overwhelmed with people calling. People are waiting. You need to get people out to them to help them. So it was a good meeting, and I feel like they're, like I said, trying to make an effort to improve things, so that's really good. Under self-help, we still have fuel assistance available. Again, if anyone's out there listening, there's no age restriction. Not a lot of new applicants. Like John Mosk is here available, ready to help anybody that needs help, but we haven't been getting a lot of new applicants, so. But we are thankfully moving into March, and it's been warm compared. I mean, I just saw the news this morning. It's gonna be like 50 all the way through like next week, so that's fabulous. And that's all I got on that. The next thing I have is the date of next week will be Wednesday, April 10th at 9 a.m.
Yes. Any
Yes.
questions? All right, you ready? Motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All right, the meeting's adjourned.